to Mighty Misfit Menagerie. Does Candlekeep or
Damn the cat.
Yes, with the foot? Jake,
My God.
I don't know what I'm doing now.
Do I need to?
How dare you?
We are doing the second to last story of Candlekeep, which is the 15th, 16th one?
16.
Which is Alkazaar's Appendix.
Ooh.
Is he having it removed?
Are we gonna Miss Frizzle style?
I totally
shrink down? Miss Frizzle style shrink down and go to
Magic
some
School
guy's
Bus.
appendix?
Oh, I don't know. We'll have to find out.
Does it need to
I
be
feel
removed?
I can take
Something
a
needs
level
to
of
be
dark.
removed.
It's in a book appendix, you dorks. Duh, they're all books.
Oh, I need to beat the appendix out of it with a book.
Okay, I know that we have lots of ideas for t-shirts, but I want that on a t-shirt now. It's in a book appendix, you dorks. Please.
Like one of those shirts that's just like text.
Yes,
The big block of
just
text. It's just like, look, are we gonna Miss Frizzle style go into a human body and like deal with some guy's appendix? It's for a book appendix, you dorks.
Oh, God.
Or the shit out of that.
So I believe we decided before we start the recap, we decided that it has been about a year. And we will get to what everyone has been up to since then. If you would be so kind.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
You're fine.
I just thought about the mine money, and I wanted to. I'll get that to you.
Oh, yeah.
Our money, not your money.
The mine money that is all of ours. Okay, so in the past year, really the past 2 years, Naya's been away from Candlekeep most of the time traveling. And I think for the past year, she really focused heavily on, you know, the process of leveling to 15 monk. Requires isolation, probably periods of isolation, periods of meditation, and even a vow of silence, I think she took as well. She maintained letter correspondence. She's starting to get a little more straightforward and like, I mean, not that she really has much going on, so she can't really exaggerate in anything. I think that's kind of what she's been focusing on. I think she's recently returned to Candlekeep, if that's kind of where the story is going to pick up, to be there for kind of an indeterminate amount of time at this point. I think she's feeling a little bit like, what is next for me? You know, you guys are getting settled down and all that stuff. So like Paige is going to probably move on someday. And what should Naya do next?
Not if I break his legs.
Why would you break his legs?
He needs me.
All right, so Munchausen. All right.
Yeah.
Misery. Page.
There was a terrible dark wizard, Munchausen. By proxy.
Munchausen by proxy.
The names in D&D get crazier every year.
That's true.
Not to be confused with Lunchhausen.
Who just really likes lunch.
We named the Sunday lunch special after.
I'm so concerned for a lot of people.
So Benlin has been pretty much himself. For the first 6 months after the proposal, he was pretty patient. The last 6 months, any opportunity he can to be like, well, I think I'm still engaged. But never in front of Kirill. It's one of those things where he's being very respectful of Kirill, but if Kirill's not around, it's like, wouldn't that make wonderful wedding colors?
Thank goodness my insight is so low. Thank goodness I'm not the face character of this party.
Very good insight.
Kirill's been struggling, and there's a extent to which he never expected to be alive at this point, just having been in hostage for such a long time, that this idea of a major life progression has kind of hit him in a weird way. So he's been making a lot of excuses to make very elaborate plans, and this will be a stunning affair eventually.
Eventually.
And also, side note, Zindy and Kirill just got back from Yithrin.
We are now the level that we went to Yithrin.
For the solstice episode?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right. Yes. Oh my gosh.
So you guys are returning from your flying city adventure.
What? Don't worry about it.
With
Which now
so
gives
many
new
books.
context to the whole, like, sorry, wedding planning? Oh, we have to go to Yithrin.
Yeah, for 3 months.
So sorry.
On a 3-month archival trip, and just Benlin's like,
It's a very important mission.
I waited for over a year while you were searching for your dad and wouldn't talk to me. So,
And to be fair, at least your partner is off doing diplomatic things.
yeah, I'm sorry, Paige. I didn't mean to bring that up again.
It's fine. It's fine.
She might come back.
She will, with more trinkets and gold, and probably look a little different, and then, disappear again.
She didn't try and kill you last time.
You're right, and that's progress.
is it?
From trying to kill me to not trying to kill me. That's progress. Yeah.
That means you stay alive.
Yeah.
Zindy. Paige.
Yes.
Paige. May I?
Kirill.
Your partner should never try to kill
That's true.
Define never.
you. At no point in time should your partner try to enact violence on you.
I mean, the whole, like, you're suffocating me thing. Like, there's a lashback from that. I get it. A little
I
too
read
much.
in some books that they enjoy
Darling.
it. Some people enjoy it.
You deserve someone who is going to adore you and worship you.
I'm so glad you're talking now and not in the last 4 months where I've been really emotionally needing to talk to my best friend.
I'm assuming
I'm so
Wait,
sorry our
like,
paths have been
training
distant.
doesn't count, right?
What?
Say it?
Assuming training fighting doesn't count for violence.
No.
No.
Okay.
That's, yeah.
Okay.
No, just intentional attempted murder is generally
Oh.
speaking.
I would just like to point to Zindy and Drazimir's relationship, which has been quiet and contemplative, and I'm assuming behind closed doors, very exciting. As an example of what a non-violent relationship looks like with somebody who didn't steal a boat from us.
I think it was a
That
joke.
that was regrettable.
No,
She stole the boat?
she stole the boat.
And I'm beginning to think all of this hostility is why she only comes to visit me at night.
Just think when
She
they
visits you?
At night.
and just think when they write the stories about her ultimately, who knows, evil, not evil plans, will all be footnotes in that.
I do think they will write books about her.
I've already started writing a book.
Oh, thank you.
Is anyone writing a book about me?
You're
Yeah, you're in my book.
hold on.
I mean,
I mean,
I've detailed everything. So,
I've now just decided that Paige is writing a biography.
I thought you wrote songs, though.
no, I write books as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
I enjoyed them. I enjoy your books very much.
Okay, so you know how we were talking about September? I think that February would be a better choice.
Well,
It was just February. As they walk off.
Paige also in the last year has taken up, this is to explain the sharpshooter feat that I took. He's like, I'm gonna try real daggers. And he's just been practicing his throwing. He just gets further and further back from the target. And I think he's probably gotten in trouble where they're like, you can't throw daggers 100 yards across that's too much space. People will walk by. And he's
Especially
like,
considering you only go up to a max of 60 feet.
and he's like, no, it's fine, watch.
Anyone gonna tell him that he's telekinetic and he's probably cheating?
just let him have the win.
I'll have to make a note of it in my next song.
I'm just saying, when I read the book, I thought you were supposed to sing it like a musical.
It's fine.
It's just a really long song with no choruses. I just thought you were doing something avant-garde.
Oh god.
It took me like a brief moment to like reconnect to the history of these characters, and in that moment I was like, Kiro's whole thing has been that he writes books from day one. But I forgot, so I wasn't immediately offended, so I was delayed offended.
Benlin doesn't read much.
So I'm
He expresses
guessing.
himself in cooking.
I'm guessing if you're avoiding your fiance, maybe you travel with Bo and what's his name a little more.
I don't think September's going to work right now. I have to go to Yithrin. In December? Yes.
Yeah, it's the perfect time.
Nobody else is there. It's very cheap.
Yeah, hotel prices plummet.
Well, and the
Think of all the per diem I can put towards the wedding.
well, and like the kicker of all of it is when you guys went to Yithrin, you were just going to 10 towns.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there was no floating city. There was nothing. I have to go to 10 towns for their winter celebration. 10 towns, the ass end of the universe is where you need to go to avoid me.
Very
Everyone-
important research.
Every place is important.
And then you guys were gone for like 6 months doing research in 10 towns.
3 months.
Paige is like, I'm gonna have to stock a lot of Ben's favorite foods. This is gonna be emotional support eating.
He's gonna leave me.
He's not.
He's gonna leave.
He's
me.
not.
Yeah, 100%.
He's
I did it wrong again.
okay.
or,
Hold on.
I mean,
I stopped
who
her.
could love a stone? As you start sinking into the ground.
I stopped stirring for this. He's just scared of commitment. It has nothing to do with you.
No, sweet Paige. So young, so naive.
Nothing to
He
do with
starts
you.
just dragging you down into the...
Your partner loves you too. We can share.
She's gone. She's not coming back. Love is a lie. It's a lie, Paige.
I want someday in the future for Kirill's like only book that ever gets remembered in his bestseller to be the story of, and I just fucking lost it.
Paige.
No, Kerrigan, but
Henry.
Henry, thank you. Yeah, I want it to be the story of Henry and like these pirate high sea adventures.
Oh, and those random people that she found at Candlekeep at that one time.
Like that we become a footnote even though Kiro wrote it. Like,
The character got a
Kirill writes a book called Candlekeep Mysteries, where he goes over all of our big adventures, and that's what we're playing through.
yeah, and none of that sold. But these fucking things about Henry,
Yep.
hot off the shelves. Like,
Who
to be
doesn't love
fair,
a good pirate story?
it's a really fun story.
Yeah.
But
Okay, so we've got Nine, we've got Paige, got kind of Kirill.
getting back from are we getting back from Yithrin at the start of this?
I mean, that, around, does it matter what time of year we return?
Oh, I know.
Yeah, so maybe. Yeah. I mean, so I feel like Zindy has finally gotten to a place in her studies and her position where she has taken on an apprentice. And God, this is why I asked him for a name. Like, what is it? Dorston Duskleaf is my apprentice, and Dorston is being tasked with all of the menial things that I'm supposed to do in the name of his betterment, so I can go back out adventuring. The first part of which is going to be a trip to Yithrin.
I mean, that was an
Dorston.
official thing.
It was, and so that was my first time leaving Dorston by himself to see how he handles things, and hopefully.
Dorston, have you heard from Zindy?
She writes occasionally.
Did she say anything about Kirill?
Paige is
They're
behind.
studying. They've got everything is great. Yes,
So they're having a good time?
he loves you and misses you.
He's probably met somebody else. Some ancient fisherman who loves him. Maybe a water genasi.
No offense to any of the places that I could name, but that's like going to some place where there are very few people and
Atlantic
it's very
City.
backwater. And
Or someplace in Nebraska.
but
That's like going to Benson.
it's like going to the
Alaska.
upper Yukon. Yeah, upper
Finland's just
Alaska.
been very sad.
Right?
And he's been still dealing with his kids, but his kids have
His kids have
Abandoned
gone
him.
wild,
Grown up.
gotten a lot more
nihilistic.
well, I was gonna say they've gotten a lot more independent since he's not been very reliable lately.
All part of growing up.
Yep. Yep.
Eventually, you have to watch your father fall apart.
I've done this twice now.
It's called an adverse childhood experience.
So you said that this was the first time you had left Dorston by himself when you
Yes.
went to. So
Going to, yeah.
and then are you guys just getting back?
Yeah, can we role play you guys getting
Are you okay
back?
with that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I'm good with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
We talked about Euthrin before this, but I didn't tie in the timeline until this conversation, so it's spur of the moment change.
Yep. Works for me.
I'm gonna be waiting at the teleportation circle with a big sign of some homemade chocolates and flowers.
I'm there too.
Are
you talking again?
Of course, darling.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure.
We ate breakfast together.
You look great. You look great.
Oh, I know. Thank
Do I
you.
look okay?
It's so beautiful.
I feel like I have more cracks around my eyes lately.
You can just fix them.
No.
Well, you do all sorts of beautiful things with rock work.
I put my hand into the dirt, kind of smear it, and then stone shape it to like what is different colors. Does that look better?
I mean, it might be calling more attention to it now at this point. But Kira,
Gonna arrive any second.
Paige comes running out. I'm here.
your love, yours and Kira's love
Portal activates.
surpasses.
I made it.
Excellent.
Oh, that's it.
There they are. Hello, darling.
In full like snow attire.
My furs.
Ooh,
Well, if you guys teleported from
I feel
Yithrin, it's
chill.
warm in Yithrin.
I thought we was in 10 Town.
Yeah, we went back to 10 Towns for the end for one party.
They at least have to look like they went to 10 towns
Yeah.
after.
Bridgeship
Oh, yeah,
is also warm.
Oh yeah, we have to travel incognito because Yithrin.
It's a secret.
Yeah.
Ooh, well, you brought a chill with you, certainly. Give me a hug.
What a welcoming party.
After materializing, Kirill like runs and like leaps onto Benlin, like
Aw.
full like arms and legs.
Oh.
Oh god, I'm so glad to be back.
Yay.
You know how much of a relief it was to realize that if you don't read any of them, it doesn't matter how I write it. Because you won't read it. I've been slaving over what I would phrase, and I didn't want to portray you badly. And if I'm not, and you're never going to read it, I can write anything I want about you. It's perfect.
So now would be a really terrible time to say that I read all your books and I really liked them?
Fuck.
He tried so hard.
I'm thinking spring, and then just takes the chocolates out and starts.
Okay. It's spring now.
No, yes.
Oh. Okay. Well, we can talk about it. No pressure or anything.
Next week.
I like next week.
I mean, I have.
My certificate should come in the mail by then.
Where will I find a date in that amount of time? Oh, wait. I have so many people.
Naya's talking again.
Leaps off of Benlin and
It's all,
on to Naya.
it's all your pleasure. Ooh, you smell good.
They have these amazing herbs. We got them to distill some, and I think that they're going to be a good seller. And slides
Ooh,
a bottle out of the pocket and over to Naya.
we treat you so well.
Are we having a staring contest?
Cindy,
Yes.
why do you guys smell like ancient stone?
Because we dealt with ancient stone.
Oh. It just smells very,
You smelled it.
like old world.
I didn't know that I smelled.
Oh, the ruins.
You got to see some ruins while you were there?
Yes.
Oh.
Well, yes.
Well, did you bring anything back for the nerds? Because they're waiting outside. I made them wait outside.
Yes.
How has Durston been?
Thorskin's been pretty cool.
I don't think he's very helpful.
He's been doing a good job. Just Benlin's been very stressed out. Benlin's been very stressed out.
No, I haven't.
Do you know how much?
Silence.
Counterspell.
It's good to be home.
You guys are arguing. You see Bo like in full armor with like a pack, and he's like walking past, like ready to go. He's like, "Oh, that's a day."
Bo,
Are you leaving? Note under your door to remind you.
I haven't been in my room.
Oh, I should have known.
Are you leaving, Bo?
Yes.
And I hand him the flowers.
Oh.
Of course, we knew that, and we're here to see you off.
I'll be back in a week.
be back by
Safe travel.
next
There's
Saturday.
been too many goodbyes lately, right?
Silvery moon.
Yeah, you know I'm going to see Cal.
Bring him back by next Saturday.
Yes, they're getting married.
Yeah.
Tentatively.
Oh.
No, they're getting married.
Tentatively.
I'm gonna get Durston on it.
Oh,
Tentatively.
okay. Do you, who's,
Me and Kirill.
oh,
That certificate should be here by then.
your certificate.
Yeah.
All
I
I'm
got it
saying
in
is
the mail.
Saturday sounds really good, but we haven't been here in a little bit and things tend to happen.
That's true.
So next Saturday, or when we get back from whatever happens between now and next Saturday.
Next Saturday.
Oh, yeah, Zindy,
I don't want
Dirksen
to
was
get
looking
married
for
in
you.
El Terrell.
Oh,
We'll make it
But-
Well, I'll
back.
find him.
Okay. Well,
I mean,
I gotta
is he
go.
with Drathimir?
Yeah.
What happened to doorstop?
Wait, I gotta go.
Okay, bye. And I'll give you a big
Safe travels, darling.
Alright.
I also hug Bo.
I
Can't
just,
count
if
on
you
our
would,
best.
goes into bag of holding, digs out book. If you would take that with you,
Okay.
it was a request.
Okay. Or,
Where you're going,
oh.
who you're going to see.
Oh, okay.
There is an enchantment. Please do not open it.
did you just
You
send
know
one
how
of our
we are.
cursed books to somebody?
No.
Okay. Alright, well, bye.
Thank you.
Well, we can start wedding planning because nothing interesting has happened for a year. So I think all the cursed books are done. We don't have to deal with that anymore. So we
Nothing
can just focus on the
interesting.
wedding.
No, nothing.
Nope.
Everything was wonderful. I'm gonna go see Durston.
Guys, look,
And
I got
walk
really
away.
good at this. And I take a dagger out and I just
You haven't even, I kind of trail after you, like, you haven't even mentioned the men there.
How was 10 towns?
Huge stack of papers out of the bag of holding. I know that you already have your set, so these are just going to be duplicates, but for Dorso.
Oh, thank you.
I'm gonna like try and read over her shoulder as I go.
Pack. And I'm heading over to the library.
Okay.
Or wherever Dorston might be.
Okay.
Were they Netherese ruins?
Excuse me?
I'm just curious. I'm just getting a whiff of Netherese metalwork.
I think that's the theme for the wedding now. We're doing Netherese. Netherese is the theme.
okay. Takes Nether.
Spring. Netherese spring.
Still spring.
Another spring.
Okay.
Walking off to go see Dorston.
Okay.
I keep mispronouncing this. I'm like, Durston.
Tell her to stop. I say hello.
So Dorston, he is in the staffs.
Okay.
And so you find him frantically searching in the section on Netheril.
Another room.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Dorston,
Oh,
what?
hey, you're back. Oh, you're back.
Yes.
Is that today?
Yes. Here is your copy of
What?
the archival information of the trip. I will expect it to be cataloged and alphabetized, and I will need both a table of contents and appendix, as well as an index.
Oh, appendix. and just dumps it on the table. And then reaches down and pulls out a very thin volume. Or, hold on. It's not. It
Pulls
is,
out his appendix. I had this removed while you were gone.
he pulls out, two books. One is a weathered and cracked leather-bound tome that is 8 inches by 10 inches by 2 inches thick, with large gold embossed letters, and a very lavishly decorated color that says Alkazaar's Thrilling Tales.
Ooh.
And the second book looks almost exactly like it, except it is barely half an inch thick, but still 8 by 10 in size. And it looks.
Helena, do you want to hand me the encyclopedia and the tiny tome next to it?
Gosh darn.
Encyclopedia.
I think he's going to show us a picture.
And then the tiny one next to it.
This is what they
Yeah,
look like.
basically.
Thank you, Helena.
Yeah.
It looks like this.
Cool.
The title of the thick book is Alkazaar's Thrilling Tales, and the title of the skinny book is Alkazaar's Appendix. You recognize the book, at least by name,
Okay.
and it's basically a collection of a adventurer named Alkazaar and his thrilling tales. They don't show it, but on the cover of the thicker book is Alkazaar's handsome mustachioed face under his wide-brimmed hat. And the cover is animated. Where like the wind is kind of whipping at his flowing shirt, but his tight pantaloons and shiny boots do not show any movement.
Because they're tight.
Yes. So someone was looking for something about the Nether Scrolls, and one of the catalogs mentioned this. I don't remember who it was. They said they'd find you again. I guess I'm gonna go catalog all this.
Well, no, I mean, when did they ask for this?
What's today? I don't know, like a week or two after you left, I think. Yeah, that sounds right.
And you've been searching for these. Well, what have you found so far? What is this?
They just wanted the book.
But they haven't come back for them.
No. I found the book like they told me to.
Well, good job.
Okay, well I'm gonna go. Yeah.
These are cool.
Yeah.
When I leave him all of my work to do. Okay. Thank you, Thorsten.
Yeah.
I need that back by Tuesday.
Uh-huh. As a page comes fluttering down the hallway and kind of lands.
You forgot. I'll just send it to his room.
Would you like to take a look at the book?
Yes. So I'm going to sit down at the nearest reading table, put my bag down, put my other notes down, take my hood and my jacket off, get myself comfortable, wave somebody down for some tea, and
She's in a bout now.
I can do
She
that.
can get tea.
She points to a low-ranking about. It's like, get me tea. It's like, well, I'm in the middle of researching a poison that.
Tea!
And
Please.
Zindy was above and about, right? She's a reader.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Vegas for Zindy. You just have people walking around that you can get drinks from and nobody asks questions.
Raspberry.
After several hours of researching this tome, she's gonna go see her boyfriend.
Well, no, Drazimir's around somewhere. He'll come find me. It's fine. So I'll start looking at the book.
The only one that knows it was today is Strasimir.
Dragomir's at the table across from her, but they don't realize it for hours.
So examining the books, it looks like the thicker one, the Thrilling Tales book, is much more well worn. Like it's
Sure.
been picked up and read a lot. The appendix looks like it's maybe been opened like less than 10 times. Like very few people have ever looked at it, ever read it. It shows nowhere near as much wear and tear. It looks like it's almost brand new.
I'll examine the outside of it before I crack it open.
Beautifully leather bound, gold scroll inlays, and yeah.
Flip through it.
So just flipping through you're opening the appendix or the other one?
The appendix.
Satisfying crack.
Yeah.
You get sucked into this book.
Drazimir's gonna see him.
You browse through the book. You definitely see like Netherese mentioned a few times. Golems are mentioned a few times.
Okay.
A desert. And then on the final page of this book, there's an illustration of a golem with what looks to be like something bright blue in its chest.
Okay.
And there are cryptic symbols in a circle around the illustration.
Around the entire illustration, not the golem and the symbol.
Correct. The entire
Okay.
illustration.
Is it? Hold on. Where's my spells? I was gonna say, can I go to spells? Darn it. It's going to comprehend languages. I'm gonna cast comprehend languages as a ritual
Okay.
to try and understand what the symbols and what the arcane script around the picture means. And then I will also flag somebody down and send a note to Kirill and let him know I found something interesting in the library. Dorston left me something interesting.
Okay, so that takes you an hour to do, right? It's the ritual. Is that true?
No,
Or
I think it's 10
10
minutes.
Okay.
10 minutes as a ritual.
So you do your ritual, and it still looks exactly the same. You cannot decipher it.
Start screwing up my face a little bit because I'm getting mad.
Hero,
read
I
it.
have your bath ready.
Oh, thank you.
Here comes a note.
Excuse me. Is there? Oh,
From Reader Zindy.
I'm so sorry. Zindy needs me.
For what?
Something interesting Dorston left her. Memories. That's exciting. Throws on his doublet and
Just pull the plug on the back.
I'll be back before 2 shakes of a lamb's tail.
I mean, it could come with you.
Summon a bird. Go get Paige.
We're just going to the stacks. Do you want?
No, this is after you've
Short.
left.
Oh, this is coming back in.
Oh. No, I think me and Paige are gonna get some practice in.
Oh, it might be interesting if it's Netherese.
If it's interesting, then it might take longer than a week, Kirill.
Well, I mean, we haven't gone anywhere. I'll go to the stacks.
Yep. So you head to the stacks, and it takes you a little bit, but you find Zindy. And I assume you're still
Yeah, I'm looking through it.
safe from trying to.
Yeah. I'll probably finally look up and make eyes with Drazimir. Be like, oh,
Oh, hello.
so nice
Hi,
to be home.
yeah.
Do you know about this book?
Is it the what's his name?
Yes.
Um,
Alkazaar.
yes, but that's the appendix, right?
Well, this one, it looks like nobody's cracked it open.
Yeah.
It's not very well used, although you would think that with tomes such as this one, someone might want to have a little more information with how well worn this one is, and how, you can tell by the binding that it's been cracked open quite often, and maybe even laid down on the. I'm doing it again, right?
Oh,
No, it's
Drasmir, am I interrupting?
well. No, we're just discussing this book that she. I mean, if you, I can
good to see you.
continue. It's good to see you. And he just kind of tilts his head back down and goes back to his book.
Wait till the next chapter.
Oh, see. Oh,
Doyston left me this book.
I tried to get Benlin to come with me, but
Oh.
he said that he read all of the books, so I'm a little bit concerned.
Oh.
Perhaps I betrayed him in an
No,
unsatisfying light.
no, not at all.
I felt I'd always made him as heroic as I saw him.
Absolutely. I think
I did say that I liked them. Okay.
Benlin has a tendency, as we all do sometimes, to be our own worst critics. And maybe that's what you're doing.
I should probably have given him a copy of the edit to look through. I should start doing that for all of you. Ensure that you're okay with the portrayal. Because, I mean, obviously, I'm telling you from one point of view. There's six.
I think that from your perspective, it is your voice and your narration and your view of our adventures, and I think that your voice is important. So I'd say I trust you to do us justice.
That's fair. I did give a copy to Henry at one point, and she gave me no notes except for that she enjoyed how powerful and chaotic I made her.
That makes sense. Yeah. She did sail the boat from what I
She
heard.
is incredibly powerful.
That's true.
And chaotic.
That's true. Yeah. So I'm wondering, I think everyone will enjoy your stories, no matter what they are. I mean, somebody definitely, enjoyed this book.
That seems like nobody enjoyed the other one. That's been less than 10 times.
It's hardly been a
And cut.
For those we
So
keep
Naya,
making, making visual jokes that are not. We've learned that a lot of people listen to this. So just to explain what just happened, Jake was very patiently waiting and had signaled to the GM that he was about to speak, and that is why that scene went on for the amount of time that it did, because we are bullies. Jake is a lovely person,
It's okay.
and I also want to know. I just want to note for if Kerrigan is listening to this. I am saying all these things as compliments to Henry, and I think that she would take it that way. But I just want to make sure that I'm not like saying chaotic as an insult. Nope.
No, that's the legacy she wanted to leave for Henry.
nice. I love it.
so Naya, where are you?
We just left
I
Naya.
mean, I don't know. It feels like I wouldn't be in this scenario. But if I'm like taking a walk or see them gathered, I would probably.
If you're taking a walk, you would probably see Paige stamping to the library, kicking the door in, walking in and being, Euro, what was so stop? What was so important that you had to leave that 4 months
Hold on.
of
Paige,
yes,
2 things.
yes,
1,
yes.
where is this aggression coming from? Where is this aggression coming from?
You're Benlin's rock. He is a rock. When you're gone, rock has no rock. Rock fall on cat.
Oh.
You've been doing a lot of chest presses.
Thank you for noticing. Flattery will not get you out of this.
Noted. 2, I can't tell you.
I demand to know, and I will not be quiet until I'm told what pulled you away from your bath.
That's when I walk in.
Hi.
Hello, darling. About to take a bath.
No, I'm in the stacks.
He was about to take a bath, fully undressed and everything,
Oh.
and then, something was more important, and then I had to hear all about it like I always do.
Muppet. This is fair to say.
This is giving Kermit the Frog, like flailing around. I'm still here for it.
Okay. Oh, the stacks proved to be more important than your bath.
Okay,
I feel like this is partially my fault.
yes, I would agree. Not to blame it on you. All I'm saying is, I am a scout in this situation. If you want to know why I cannot talk about what I cannot talk about, talk to the reader.
Well, we all have to set our own boundaries, but please, Zindy, you weigh in.
I came to find Dorston. He gave me this book,
So Don't Stop gave you another book.
Oh,
And
good. More
this-
mysterious books.
appendix to go with it. Now, as you'll notice, the larger tome is very well worn. The thinner book is hardly touched.
Right, sequels suck.
Fascinating.
It's
Doesn't like
an
it.
appendix. It has extra information and deeper understanding of the original book, but nobody has looked at it.
If the original book suffices, why do we...
Well, obviously it doesn't
This-
because it has an appendix.
Exactly.
Therefore, I sent a message to Curel asking for his opinion. I'm sorry, I didn't know he was going to take a bath.
Yes, this is hardly emergent, darling.
Okay, I would like to just take a moment and say that we were all patient for a year. Well, somebody did not talk to us about what was going on, and we all were supportive and loving
I
and
did
just
receive
tried
a
to be there. And now I'm gone for something that is legitimately important to the world, not just emotionally to me.
Excuse
and
me.
we're all attacking me about it.
Excuse me.
He's getting something off his chest. You need to let him finish.
Can this happen outside the stacks?
Yes, it can.
Oh, thank you.
Mage hand.
Which is probably where Benlin is.
No, I'm sitting in the empty bathtub. Just laying down, just staring at the ceiling,
Contemplating life.
talking to Paige, who has left the room.
Do you know he's left the room?
No.
How far away are we? Can I
At
get a
some point,
message?
at some point, I sit up and go, Paige.
Just everybody leaves me.
Left to.
I kind of take your arm. I'm like, I had no idea you were keeping all of that inside, darling. You can tell me if you're upset with me.
Well, I'm not upset with you. I'm just saying we all dealt with the same thing. And now I'm getting flack for behaving in a similar way, but much more open to all of everything that's happening. And I am not emotionally distraught. I'm just dealing with something important.
This is just why I want you to take care of you first.
Are we doing a harsh stereotype of gay men?
If me being myself is a harsh stereotype of gay men, then yes.
That's true.
I reach my arms out to Kirill and I go, I'm sorry. He never showed emotion, and then all of a sudden he showed all of his emotions, and now I'm overwhelmed, impressed, shocked.
Well,
He finally needs you, Paige, dear.
I'm new to
Don't you want
this.
to be there for him?
Of course I do, but I'm new to this.
Yeah, Mylan's not good in a relationship.
I'm going to give Paige a hug and give Naya a hug.
Well, and speaking of there for him, he's not there.
Oh shit!
She's not there.
All I'm saying, and I apologize because I do want to thank both of you for being such good friends and emotional support for my partner. But it's a double standard. And I will not be held to that double standard. And if he wants to talk to me about something that he's upset about, he can say it. I will not be going through proxies.
Okay. Sets up the mental chat room.
In person, Paige!
Go.
Benlin just hears your own yell in person, Paige.
Does it stay active?
No, we shut it down, I think.
I dropped it.
I sit up and Paige. What did you? Paige. Paige.
I may have made a mistake.
There was an echo.
Run off, climb up.
Zindy, is this safe for the hearth?
I believe so.
All right. Hearth it is.
Hearth it is.
I am hungry.
Ooh, food.
Paige.
Should someone call Benlin?
I just did. I told him Hearth it is.
Oh, okay.
Where are you?
going to the hearth.
Who are you with right now?
Everyone.
Did you say anything to Kirill? Because I was trying to like give him emotional space because this isn't his problem, it's mine.
Did I define say anything? I mean, you confide problems in me, and I may have confided a problem in Kirill. Of mine. See? It feels like you're glaring. I feel the glare. What? Bad reception. Tunnel. Ends.
Okay,
Wow.
you guys.
Wow. The bad reception bit.
So you guys get to the hearth.
I'm walking through.
The
What?
cloud of
What? Yeah, what disrupts? Because tunnels didn't work. It has to be a tunnel made of.
Noxious gas.
inch-thick lead.
Anti-magic field.
Here we go. I
Here.
almost learned anti-magic field.
Beholder.
Oh no.
So you guys get to the hearth. Benlin, do you?
Yes, I get there and I immediately go to Kirill and I'm like, Kirill, I just want you to know that whatever Paige said, I did not intend for you to hear that. I was just venting my own feelings on the matter, and I'm not holding you to any kind of standard whatsoever. You take all the time that you need.
If you are becoming self-destructive to the point that Naya and Paige are coming to find me,
You said something too?
then you should talk to me yourself.
I just don't want to put any pressure on you, that's all. I'm not self-imploding. That's not fair.
Wine glasses in the cabinet start rattling.
Have you been sitting in a bathtub?
No.
An empty bathtub?
No. A little. It's good for the moss.
I am
Like not direct watering, but like, moistness.
I'm going to submit a request for special dispensation, secret information to next of kin.
I'm just saying, if you found somebody else, I understand. It's okay. It's perfectly fine. I just want you to be happy.
I need to get approval before I can tell you what happened.
Oh, no. I understand about the 4 months. I just thought you were avoiding me since you've been back.
Zindy, what's in the appendix?
Appendix?
This thing.
That's a book.
I said the same.
I lay it out and I open it. I open it on the table.
You flip it to a specific page.
I'll just open whatever it lays into the middle, or
So, but
as it opens.
why
up
is this
naturally.
book important?
Dorston said he had information for me. Somebody had come requesting these books. It took him a very long time to find the item that they were looking for. They have since vanished. I don't have that information, and Dorston has gone like a leaf in the wind
But
to go catalog our notation
From 10 Towns.
from 10 towns.
this does tie to the research.
How? I've heard of this guy. I'm assuming it's a famous enough book that I've heard of it. I've heard of this guy. He sounds like a real douchebag.
The third, the Tales one, yeah, not the appendix.
Then he sounds like a douchebag, I'm assuming.
I mean, like he's a little full of himself, like most. He's not like Bolo level.
But close.
I mean, like he's got the clout to back up his story. It's like
He's not as bad as
He
Volo,
did a lot of stuff.
but...
So you've been getting a lot of reading done.
Oh, no, I've just heard about the guy.
I kind of flipped through the thrilling tales to identify something that could be looked up in the appendix. A city or a person or an item.
Okay.
I like that. Or Alcazar himself, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Did he write an appendix entry about himself?
So you look through the stories, and you see names that you recognize, and you see a couple names that you maybe haven't heard of or like you're not quite sure about. And you go to the appendix, and it seems like the appendix, instead of being like a guide or an addendum, it is actually an addendum. It is its own story. It seems like as you're flipping through the appendix, this is maybe a missing story from his tales.
Okay.
So this is an addition to. And as you flip through, it seems like this was meant to be his last quest before retiring. He was searching for something called a nether scroll. And do you keep going?
Sure. Do the names in this appendix story, are they some of the names match with the previous stories, or are these all new people?
Most of this is new stuff, or like maybe it's like briefly mentioning the other one. But between Kirill and Zindy, they can definitely confirm that like this isn't like made up stuff. Like the nether scrolls are a thing.
So what's a nether scroll?
Well, it is an incredibly magical text that details how the Nethery civilization performed the feats that they did.
Oh, this is related to your work up in Tin Towns?
Well, yes, now.
Possibly. And I'll point out the picture that you were talking about before with the script on the exterior. And I tried to comprehend languages. I sat with it for 15, 20 minutes. And that was when I sent you the note. But it doesn't reveal anything. I can't understand it.
Since Benlin's no good at this part, can he start asking around the hearth and the employees if anyone's been hanging around looking, like waiting on a book or something? Like if he's been waiting, he must have been in the court of air somewhere. So I'll start going through people to try and find who was looking for this.
Okay. So are you guys are you reading more of the book, or are you studying the symbols?
I mean, I would be reading.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think at this point, yeah, reading the book.
So Alkazaar was searching for another scroll. He was looking in the Anurok desert, and he came across
Hey, we've been there.
a wandering stone golem. Alkazaar believed this golem was the legendary Sapphire Sentinel, rumored to have been created by Netherese wizards to protect one of the fabled Nether Scrolls under the control of Prince Hamakai. The golem recognized its master's name when Alkazaar spoke it, and from that point on, the golem followed him, obeying his commands. The golem communicated through sign language. It seemed lost and sad. Alkazaar met some Bedine nomads who said they knew of a place that held clues about the golem, but it was in Purple Worm territory. He followed the guides until a sandstorm obscured the route. The camels ran off, and after losing his guides and transportation, Alkazaar called an end to the expedition. Before he left, he inscribed a magical tracer on the golem in the hope that he could find it again. He, in the last passages, begs the reader to go to Anurok and find the lost golem, which might lead to the discovery of another scroll. And then the last page is the story of, the last page are the cryptic symbols around the illustration. And all of this stuff kind of tracks with a legend that you guys have heard here and there about a prince who was trying to protect another scroll, and there was a golem construct that was involved.
So, from a meta perspective, Alkazaar is kind of like what Volo pretends to be.
Yes.
He just
Yes.
is actually that.
No, he has the shit to back it up. Like
That's-
he actually like did some shit.
That's cool.
The legend also talks about a dragon who discovered the scroll's location and was attempting to take it, and was unsuccessful, but was able to curse the prince. But that's really all that you remember from like hearing stuff. You know that there's probably more.
Do I remember a color?
Blue.
That's all right. It's okay. We'll get there.
I forgot about that.
Okay. So Rock Desert.
Been there before.
Oh,
Do we?
sounds awful.
You don't think he saw me in the desert and like made an assumption or something?
I was going to ask, maybe something happened, or I mean,
Yes,
that
it
was a few years ago.
I was very sad.
Well, this would have been a lot longer than that. And you also don't look like construct.
I mean, I have my moments.
I mean, if they're incredibly specious.
I also don't have a big glowing symbol or anything, or when I speak, I don't do sign language, so it's probably not me.
I think it was a golem.
I just didn't see any columns when I was there. That's all. I'm saying.
How long were you in the desert?
I walked there, so.
Oh, that's right. Ooh.
That was one of the moments where I seriously confused as to why you did not ask for our help.
I mean, at the time, it was you gotta understand. My dad, and we've talked about it. It was a mistake on my part, but I didn't have as much holding me here then as I do now. I mean, I had that
Do we
stuff.
have a lock on the track?
I don't think so.
Well, what about this? I point to the magic symbol page.
Well, I tried to. Maybe we can cross-reference it to something else, but
I mean, maybe just do the spell? Isn't it a spell?
Surely you can't be suggesting that.
I mean, I don't do spells out of books, but if it's just a tracking spell, what
we
could the
try?
worst that could happen?
We
I
know
mean,
what
maybe
it
if we
is.
step outside.
So, looking at it, there's no. It doesn't look like a spell necessarily.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of symbols around
Right.
the picture.
Yeah. I don't do book
I know.
spells. So, that looks like your spells.
I tried to understand what it says, and it makes no sense to me.
As you were staring at, as you guys have been looking at it for a few minutes now, your brain kind of starts to make a couple of connections, but it's not there yet.
Okay.
So, like, if you maybe took some more time,
I'm gonna sit and just stare at this page.
Sit across from Zindy and stare at the page.
I think I'm gonna go try and find whoever's looking for this. Make sure they're not like an assassin or something.
Fair.
Thank you.
Look for Dorston.
Why?
They know what he looks like.
Does he?
He's the one they asked for it.
Do we find anything out?
so you
I got beautiful Tits McGee with me now.
Whoa.
you ask around,
Physical
and
body.
one of the great readers is like, "Oh yeah, I asked for that. I thought Zindy might be able to. I don't know.
So when Dorson said some guy, he meant you?
Yeah,
Cindy needs a new assistant.
He seems quite.
yeah. He seems like he's lacking a little bit.
Well, we found the appendix.
Okay. Well, I thought maybe your group, it might be a fun thing for you guys to check out.
I don't think we have the time. I mean, me and Kyril's nuptials are
Okay,
coming.
cool. Yeah.
Do we have any history with this person?
No. I mean, like, you've seen him around. Like, he's one of the greeters. Like, you recognize him.
Okay.
But I don't think you've had any, like, personal interactions with him
He
necessarily.
always comes to our parties and eats the food, but doesn't talk to anybody.
And doesn't bring anything to share.
Yeah.
We have a ongoing list of, like, unfinished adventure books. I don't know. You guys seem to always fall into them, so I just kind of
Is that
figured.
a joke?
No.
Because sometimes we have fallen into them.
Oh, literally?
This is
Yeah.
quite a reputation we have.
Oh, wow. Huh.
Well,
Mhm.
so you want us to find this nether scroll?
Well, I mean, we don't want the dragon to get it, right?
We don't have a great track record with dragons, no. Actually, I guess we're 50-50 on
There was
dragons.
that one dragon.
I was gonna say, right now, we've killed one and we've talked to one, so I guess we're 50-50 on dragons.
I mean, that was a long. I mean, technically, she's a Dracolich now.
What? I'm sorry?
You know the story.
No, this is all new.
Oh, well, so
What is a Dracolich?
a dragon that turned into a lich? How do you work here?
I don't. I'm retired.
How do you?
Oh my goodness.
All right,
Okay.
come on in.
Okay.
He sits you down. He pours you some tea.
Does he offer us any food? Because I'd be like, that's how I work here. You're eating my scones.
Oh, they're real good.
Yes. So sorry, I don't know that you can combine dragons and witches.
You might try a little less rose water next time, though. It's not. So this
Hold me back, Matt. Hold me back.
so he
Used to the touch of a mage hand.
There is no rose water in the freaking scones. You have a terrible palate.
maybe you need some then. He brings you over to like a table that has like a glass plate on it that's like shiny, and you see some images, and basically it shows you a story. Long ago, the wizards of Netheril created a magic stone golem to guard one of the nether scrolls, which he pauses and is like, I mean, you know what those are, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to summon a small squirrel to take notes to give to Kirill later.
I don't. What? There's all this. It's hand marking.
No, a literate squirrel.
Sorry, I can do this in Bedouin terms. A particularly literate squirrel.
Particularly literate squirrel.
The wizards gave the golem a sapphire heart and magically bound a sliver from the gem into the palm of its master, Hamakai. They charged the young wizard
on.
prince,
Could you spell Hamakai?
Hamukai.
H-A-M-U-K-A-I.
They charged the young wizard prince of the ancient nation of Anura
His name is Scribe Good.
with guarding the priceless scroll. The sapphires allowed Hamakai and the golem to unlock a magically sealed vault that held another scroll. The blue dragon Zigzag Rish. I practiced
Could you
it.
spell this, please?
Zigzakrikash.
Zigzag.
No, Zigzakrishka.
Zigzag.
Zik.
Z-I-K.
Zok.
Z-O-K.
Ris.
R-I-S.
Hka.
H.
Zigzakrishka.
Yes,
Discovered the scroll's location, and she arrived at the vault ready to destroy any and all in her path. In the ensuing battle, the golem gravely wounded Zigzag, but she blasted the golem with eldritch magic that damaged its memory and hurled it to a far corner of Faerun. Thinking his golem was destroyed, Hamakai put a shield around the vault containing the scroll that could only be opened by the sapphire's power. Too weak to continue the fight, Zigzag limped away to heal her wounds, but as she left, she incanted a powerful Netherese curse. When the prince died, the shield disappeared and the scroll would be hers for the taking. Knowing that Zigzag's curse had sealed his fate, Hamakai made a decision. Against the wishes of his subjects, who dearly loved him, the prince ordered his wizards to perform a ritual that would keep him on the brink of death for millennia. His magically sustained life force would maintain the shield. Since opening the vault required either the sapphire in his palm or the golem's sapphire heart, which he assumed was destroyed, Hamakai felt sure of the scroll's safety. Zigzag returned with an army intent on ripping the sapphire from the prince's hand. She scattered the populace and reduced the prince's city of Azamar to ruin. To her dismay, she found the prince's tomb to be impregnable. She knew that the spell that kept the prince alive would thwart her curse for thousands of years, far beyond her draconic lifespan. In her power for thirst, she achieved transformation into a Dracolich. Ready and willing to wait an eternity to outlast the spell that held Hamakai near death. As she held her vigil, the desert wasteland of Anurok consumed the city. Believing the golem and its sapphire to be destroyed, Zigzag now lies coiled around the vault's entrance, waiting with patience of undeath for the death of the prince, surrounded by her undead minions and jealously guarding her promise of God.
Wait, that the scrolls make you gods?
Yeah,
Oh,
they're like,
I thought they were just scrolls from the Netherese.
no,
Zindy and Kirill just came back with a bunch of those, or something.
they found Netherese scrolls.
Well, I mean,
No, they didn't go anywhere near
Those
that.
things talk about how magic like works, like they're the foundation of magic.
yeah, they're up in 10 towns. They some Netherese ruins or something.
10 towns.
No, darling.
That's
we
like the
didn't
armpit.
do that.
Yeah, it's really more like the top of the spine. So it's like that gross part of your neck that gets dirty somehow.
I need to go.
Darling, the best.
He like ushers you out.
Get the hell out.
Okay, did you get all that? Good job. Yes.
Squeak, squeaker, squeak, squeak.
Now stop existing.
Watch, he didn't puff away. He's just like dead in your palm.
That's not how it works.
So while you guys were watching that story, you guys were looking at this.
Staring
Staring at it
gently
until
at
it
the
makes sense.
page.
And Paige is like, I
Contemplate.
still don't know what we're looking
About
at.
5 minutes into that, you realize that just staring at the page isn't going to do anything. So you break out your notes
Yep.
and your spell book
I don't have any of
and
that.
any other things that you have related to the Netherese, which you just so happen to come back from.
Yeah.
And then you spend an hour referencing the symbols, looking at them. It all clicks, and you realize that this is a ritual to open a portal to the golem.
Just not one that I could understand.
And that's where we're going to end. What?
I just wanted to do one thing,
Okay.
and it was, I mean, it's not important now.
No,
it's
you're
just like, all right,
do
I'll
your
see you
thing.
back at the hearth, and then I turned into a hawk and fly off into the sky because I could do that now.
Bye, darling.
This has been a roller coaster. The Candlekeep return.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I know it was a weird one. We're glad to have Margar back.
I'm glad to
We
be
missed her
back.
again.
Yes.
I do
And
love Zindy.
yes.
She brings an energy that we desperately need.
Yeah.
I'm going to continue
Control.
to try and come up with fun Henry chaos stories for the rest of Candlekeep.
I love it. Yeah.
Like, oh, you heard that she ended up in Skullport and she runs it.
No. I thought she just married a prince in Chult.
Yes.
Oh.
I heard she replaced one of the pirate kings in what's that city with the tower and the thing?
Waterdeep?
No. What the fuck is it called?
No.
She slayed strong
It's a rival.
and then brought him back. She
That was
said,
Skullport.
Mm-mm.
I know what you're talking about, though.
Yes.
All the funny thing with the Emery stories is they are all true.
Yes.
Like every one of these rumors about some sort of crazy caper.
I heard that she found a whole bunch of embezzled money in Waterdeep, like thousands and thousands of dragons.
Yeah, and there was a gold dragon that like thanked her for her service and made her an honorary member of the metallic dragon brotherhood. Yeah.
Luskin.
Luskin. Not Skullport. Skullport's
That's
something
where
else.
Tranquil and Tempest and where we're from. Sorry.
Anyway, thank you guys. We love you. As always, comment, subscribe, like, smash that like button. If you have questions, you want to reach out, comments, whatever.
Send us memes.
Memes, yeah. Join our Facebook
Stonks.
page. Stonks. And thank you especially to our patrons, Taku Arcana, Eric Fox, Duke Relin, Rockelman, Rio's Mom, Daniel, Dreamlover, Sparky, Meepo. We love you guys, and we will come up with the tagline.
Eventually.
I didn't forget that.